everyone, and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today I'm here in Redmond at 156 and Northeast 36. Today we're actually showing off this new bridge. It is now open, this connector connecting this East Campus side to the link station to the 520 trail on the other end, and for Microsoft employees, the Commons, which is a very big sort of nice hotspot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is all in anticipation for the April 27th line 2 opening. So let's go check out what's in store. So this opening was yesterday at around noon. I came right after work to check it out. And here we are. We see two clear sides, one for bikes and then the other for pedestrians. Overhead is the very interesting canopies that probably we've all seen for the longest time if you've ever driven on the highway, as well as there's a ton of plants and things everywhere. Something that's really interesting about these bike lanes though is that they are very wavy. You can already see it on the camera, and I don't really know exactly why. As well as the other thing I want to call out is that there are a few sort of areas where there are bumps and sort of coming along. I don't know if they're graded for wires or something else, but it's something to look out for. But there is this nice barrier in between the two sections, but there are opening from time to time, as this bridge does serve as a connection point also to the link station, which I'll go into deeper later. But it's a very interesting design. Riding through it, it was sort of a bit trippy to have to go through all those waves, but after a very short connection, you're here on the other side where you are then able to connect onto the 520 trail, but you have to use this wide bending curve. And that's where I called out those bumps earlier, because there's one that's like right here right at the apex of the curve, where I can imagine some people maybe being tripped up by that. But here to the left is the West Campus of Microsoft, but if you just continue going straight, then you are basically right there at the 520 trail. So that is really, really neat. As well as I like the fact that they put a staircase right next to the trail, a lot closer for pedestrians, so they don't have to walk all the way back. As we head back the other way, it is worth noting that this bridge was funded by Microsoft as a public city infrastructure project, collaborating with Sound Transit and City of Redmond. So it is really neat when you can get private corporation money into these sort of public spaces and amenities. And I mean, obviously Microsoft is benefiting a ton from this with this 1100-foot bridge connecting their two campuses, as well as providing really great space for them to put all their buses and transit centers in the middle, which we're going to see in a second. And I also want to point you to this elevator that's only available on the west end, because there's only a staircase here, and this graded ramp is for bicycles. So I really appreciate that forethought, really, for those that aren't as mobile. There's an option there. And then on the east end, it's much more shallow graded, as well as a much wider space, which you'll see in the footage soon. So I can sort of make sense why they didn't put an elevator there. But for this time, yeah, now you get a really good sense of just how wide these bike lanes are, as well as these curves. The drones are struggling a bit, but what we're approaching now is the middle section, where you're going to see this opening out to the left. And I just wanted to take a quick detour to show you how to connect to the link station. So coming here, you just turn out to the left. There's even a nice sign pointing out to the RTS, Redmond Technology Station. You have this ramp that just goes down. It's not super steep. It's interesting because it's hard to tell on camera, but like plateaus every now and then. So it's like one of those sort of like staircase type of ramps. But yeah, after a really short ride, you are taken to the entrance of the link station, where there are signs for you to dismount. And then very simply, and this will be useful for Saturday on the opening day, is that there's two elevators. One of them is currently closed, but there's one just deeper in. I'll definitely be here on opening day, April 27th, riding all the different link stations with my Brompton. So if you want to have a best side cycling spotting, that is where to find me. But let's get back onto the bridge and finish the rest of this tour. So if you've been enjoying this video, please remember to roll over that like button and subscribe. I love to cover bike infrastructure all over King County, and it is a really exciting time right now here in the Puget Sound. So yeah, don't miss out. And if you have any insights in terms of why the design of these lanes are so curvy, let me know in the comments, or what you think overall. And last thing to point out is that there definitely should be lighting here that I see here on the right and left, so that will make this much more usable in the fall and winter. But as we make it here to the east side of the bridge, it just completely opens up. So I really love this part of it. It is a nice little descent down, and then to connect back onto the bike lanes, you just sort of make a big U-turn that I'm going to follow here. There is a lot of shops and amenities in their East Campus. I haven't explored too deeply here. I'm also really curious what this structure right here in the middle of the screen is. It looks really cool, but turning around here, we are just going to head back out, and that's probably where we're going to end this video today. So this was super exciting. I am super stoked for the line 2 opening, as you should be, as there's basically going to be festivities at most of the stations, and including some bike rides too. I'll link one below that's specifically going from Kirkland to the Wilburton station that you can check out for a really good time on 2 wheels. But anyway, hope you all riding safe, and I'll see you all in the next one.